Hi, my name's Andy, and in today's video we're going to cover the panels that I have, or the acoustic panels if you want to call them that, on my theater room walls. I had some questions about how they were built, what are they made of, how'd you install them on the wall, so we're going to try to cover all that stuff. So let's get started. So what I did is I took one of the panels in the corner of the room that I have. This is actually the only one I could get off the wall. I tried taking a bigger panel off and I damaged the crown molding trying to pull it off there, so I had to actually get a Sharpie, a black Sharpie, and color in the paint where I chipped the paint trying to pull that panel off. So we won't show that one. But this was in a different corner, and really just what it is it's just some 1x2 that I made a wood frame of, and then I just stapled this material. First, I guess I should cover the material. This is called GOM fabric, which stands for Guilford of Maine, and GOM. And I believe this is GOM 471, I think is the right color for this red. And I covered in a previous video, I chose this color because of a room that I had seen that a guy had built that is similar in design, but his room was as wide as my room is long. So this is just a miniature version. I thought he did a really great job, and I wanted to emulate what he had done because it's kind of the theater I wanted. So anyways, so this is the color that he used, and I really liked it. And so making these frames, just take the fabric and just pull it over the back and just staple on the back. This looks real crude and not nice at all, but you'll never see the back of this. And then when you're done, I size the frame so that it's a snug fit when you have the fabric. If you just took the fabric off, the frame wouldn't stay in the wall. It would maybe fall out. But I size it just so that when you got this little extra 1/16 of an inch or so of material on here, it's just enough to make it a snug fit. And so I'll show you where I got this out of the room here, and then I'll show you putting it back. All right, so this is the corner of the room where I took the panel out just here in the edge, or this is the door that leads in the room that you've seen before in other videos. So the bottom, the chair rail that I have, I set it up so that it has a lip that this will sit down inside and kind of hold the bottom. But then it's just kind of a, well, actually you can see how when I push it up against in the corner there, it kind of pushes against the paint. I took a little bit of the paint off because I actually made it a little too tight. But you just stick it in here, and now watch, I won't be able to get it back in because you guys are watching. There, now that's back in the corner, and you really can't see it here. Let me see if I can move the camera in a little bit. So now you can see that panel in the corner here, and there's actually two pieces. There's one on the back wall here that's about the same size as this other one, and then this one just now put in place, and it's just sitting, it's just tucking inside the chair rail and just pushed up against the ceiling. And I might have to touch that up now that I mess with it, but anyways, you get the idea. And then it's the same thing all the way around the whole room. The same thing with this back panel here. This is actually just one large piece that's just cut out for, in fact, I've talked about it before, but this is that plug that I made so you can get to the very dirty egress window that we have. But it is designed to just kind of block off that light, and oh well, that's really dirty. Probably should have thought of that before I did that. Oh well. So yeah, so this is just one big panel that's meant to fit around this window and the fuse box that we got here, the breaker box. And then as you go around the room, it's the same thing, just panel, 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 and continuing along here, and then it goes around to that side. Again, they're just a frame, just like the first piece I showed you. You can kind of see, I don't know if you can see it right now, but there's a line right here because that's the framing. And I talked about in a previous video where I didn't color the framing, and I wish I would have, because you can see this line here on both sides, more so when I point it out. But anyways, and these panels are not only are they kind of a nice neat fit like the first one I was talking about, but also the sconces, the way that these are mounted, it kind of secures this to the wall so this wouldn't come off anyway, so that's kind of an extra feature. The fabric, like I was saying before, it just comes on a roll like this, and you buy however many yards that you think you need, and they just ship it to you like this. Of course, buy a little bit extra because you never know how much you're going to need, and then just cut it to size and make it on, put on your frames, and away you go. I kept this just in case I had to ever redo a panel for whatever reason. If I messed something up or sagged it, and there isn't really too bad. I mean, the fabric's tight enough that we're pretty good here, but on this one over here, you can see the ripple or whatever. I just didn't quite do, you know, and I think this was tighter when I built these, but over time they sag just a little bit, and you kind of see this. So this is something that if you wanted to go back and maybe re-pull that fabric just a little bit tighter and re-staple it on the back, and you could do that. None of this stuff is super permanent, and I did that on purpose. Maybe I wanted to change the color, and the nice thing is the frame's already built. Just take the lights off, take the frame out, and then I can just change the fabric and put a different color in here. And I kind of like that option, to be able to change it kind of to whatever I want, whatever mood I'm in, right? Maybe something matches the carpet more. The fabric itself is not, calling it an acoustic panel probably isn't fair. They are not acoustic panels. However, they do help. They're not foam. You know, you've seen the corrugated foam or the egg foam that you can buy, people put on their walls, or just some standard 1-inch thick poly, I don't even know what the foam's called, that you can buy panels and glue them on the ceiling or on the walls. Those probably do a better job because of the density. The fabric itself, just enough to kind of break up that sound wave that's bouncing in the room, because the walls behind it are just drywall. And if you were to pull it off, these panels off, it's just black. I just painted them black, so that doesn't change anything with the sound. But they could benefit from putting some foam inside the framing that I had made. I could put some foam inside there, you know, inch thick foam, to really help deaden that sound. You probably can't tell in this video on what my voice sounds like. I didn't do any audio correction or changing of the audio for this video, but the lack of echo in this room. If I took all of the soft surfaces out of here and talking here, it would be a little more echoey than it is now because the sound bounced around. But the combination of things like the carpet and these fabric walls help reduce that echoing, that sound bouncing around the room. And then of course, anything else you have in the room, you've got your furniture, screen, that kind of stuff helps break up the sound. Different shapes help break up the sound, but the panels were meant to do that keep that sound echo down, and then also a certain, I don't know, gives it that theater room look. And when you go into a theater, a real theater, typically the walls are some sort of fabric, and this kind of helps emulate that. Okay, so that just kind of covers the topic of the panels that I have on the wall. Hopefully that answers some of the questions, but again, I'm always happy to answer any more questions you guys have, where you can get the material, maybe ideas on how to design the framing and how it fits on the wall, how you would attach it to the wall. Again, I made it so that it's a snug fit, but you could put Velcro on the back and attach one piece of Velcro to the wall and the other piece to your frame and just stick it in. That probably would have been a better idea now that I'm thinking about it out loud. Only because, now not so much with the sconces, because they're holding the panels in place, and I have to take the lights off to do that, but the panels along the back wall there, because they are such a tight fit, if I want to go back and change that fabric, I may damage some of the framing like I did with the crown molding up there. So having that Velcro option may make it easier to just swap out the panels for a different color if you wanted to do that down the road. Anyways, so I hope that takes care of that. Again, if there's any other questions on the room, I kind of like some of the stuff I've been getting, in addition to the compliments, which anybody likes that stuff. If there's certain specific parts of the theater room you want more information of, I'd be happy to do a video on. I recently did the 10 things I hate about the room, which really more things I don't like, not that I hate, and the 10 things I love about my room. So check out those videos. And then, but let me know if you want to see more of this room. I'd be happy to show it. All right, thanks for sticking with me. We'll see you in the next one.